TGA is a branch of thermal analysis examining the mass of the change of the sample as a function of temperature. टेम्परेचर जैसे जैसे बढ़ता है मास सैंपल का कम होता है और पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर पे वी कैन मेजर द मास ऑफ द सैंपल इन परसेंटेज और इन ग्राम. TGA is a method of thermal analysis in which change in physical and chemical properties of material are measured as a function of increasing temperature with constant heating rate or a function of time with constant temperature and constant mass loss. हमें mass loss versus temperature और mass loss versus time का ग्राफ मिलता है थर्मोग्रेविमेट्रिक एनालिसिस से. पैटर्न ग्राफ की कैसे होती है वो आगे की स्लाइड में दिखेगा आपको. See, this is the graph of nylon 66.
कंप्रेशन में टेम्परेचर दिया है.
आप जैसे देख सकते हो कि परसेंटेज वेस्ट वर्सेस डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर का ग्राफ है. एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर के बाद वो डिग्रेड होना शुरू होता है मटेरियल. दैट टेम्परेचर इज नोन एज योर ऑनसेट टेम्परेचर and that is over here is 482.26 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. अभी ये तो हमें एक पॉइंट पे दिखाई गई हुई चीज है, पर हमें सपोज 100 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे चेक करना है कि हमारे मटेरियल में कितना मास बचा है सैंपल में. तो वी कैन चेक आवर मास एंड टेम्परेचर एट ईच एंड एवरी पॉइंट ऑफ आवर ग्राफ. Now at the end the remaining content which is over like around 700 that is known as your filler content और known as inorganic content जो आपके मटेरियल में बच जाता है. 700 डिग्री आते आते पॉलीमर का जो भी कंटेंट है आपका वो सारा उड़ जाएगा और एट द एंड इनऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट रहेगा. इनऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट कोई भी मटेरियल में इसलिए होता है कि उसका प्रॉपर्टीज हमें वेरी करना हो या प्राइस रिडक्शन कॉस्ट रिडक्शन करना हो तो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स उसमें फिलर ऐड करते हैं. पर फिलर के कुछ स्टैंडर्ड्स मेंटेन करने होते हैं कि हम कुछ क्वांटिटी से ज्यादा अपने मटेरियल में फिलर नहीं डाल सकते हैं. तो दैट कैन बी चेक फ्रॉम TGA. Now as you can see on the screen that there is graph of different kind of samples जिसमें हमें ऑनसेट 2 या 3 से ज्यादा मिल रहे हैं. उसमें हम बोल सकते हैं कि हमारा जो मटेरियल है दैट इज मिक्सचर ऑफ मोर देन 2 और 3 मटेरियल्स, जिसमें हमें डिग्रेडेशन हम्प 3 मिल रहे हैं. तो हम बोल सकते हैं कि हमारा जो मटेरियल है वो 3 चीजों का मिक्सचर है, क्योंकि एज वी नो दैट ईच एंड एवरी मटेरियल इज हैविंग यूनिक मेल्टिंग टेम्परेचर एज वेल एज डिग्रेडेशन टेम्परेचर एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिग्रेडेशन टेम्परेचर वी कैन गेट अवर TGA ग्राफ. Now as I've told you that how can we measure mass loss. So as in when the temperature is increasing, obviously the mass loss will be appear on the graph. So we can measure our mass loss in by means of percentage. So if we take 100% of our material here, the mass loss is from that 100% we are getting 57.363% mass loss till around 650 degree centigrade. After that we are getting 10% mass loss in between 600 to 700 या 850 degree centigrade. So this is how we can calculate mass loss as well degradation temperature and filler content of our material. Yes, we can as well measure moisture content by the same. We can even calculate carbon black content from TGA, but for that we have to provide oxygen atmosphere. Here we are doing, normally we are doing TGA in nitrogen atmosphere, but as and when we want to calculate CBC, we have to give atmosphere of oxygen. Now some applications. What are the applications of TGA? Composition of multi-component system. We can, if we are having blend of 2 or 3 materials, we can find out the composition of the same. Thermal stability we can find out of our material. Oxidative stability can be measured by it. Estimated lifetime of the product. Decomposition kinetics of material. The effect of reactive or corrosion atmosphere on the material. Moisture or volatile content can also be measured by the TGA. Now if we we are moving towards another instrument, that is DSC. The full form of DSC is differential scanning calorimetry. Differential scanning calorimetry, which is having 2 holders. One is a sample pan and another one is a reference pan. In sample pan, we used to put our sample, and in reference pan we put an empty pan. Now why it is known as differential scanning calorimetry? It is known as differential scanning calorimetry because it measures the temperature accordance with like the difference of the temperature. That's why it is known as differential scanning calorimetry. There are 2 pans. In sample pan, polymer is added, while in the other reference pan it is empty. Each pan sits on the top of the heater, which are controlled by a computer. जो रेफरेंस पैन और सैंपल पैन होता है, उसके नीचे एक कॉमन हीटर रहता है जिसमें इक्वली हीट पास होती रहती है. The computers turn on heaters and let them heat the 2 pans at the specific rate. We can change our rate of rise in the temperature. We can put 10 degree per centigrade or 20 degree per centigrade, but if our rate of rise is lower, then we can get accurate results. The computer makes absolutely sure that the heating rate stays exactly the same throughout the experiment. Why heaters don't heat at the same rate? The simple reason is that the 2 pans are different. One has polymer in it and the another does not have anything inside the pan. The polymer sample means there is extra material in the sample pan. Having extra material means that it will take more heat to keep temperature of the sample pan increasing at the same rate as the reference pan. So the heater underneath the sample pan has to work harder than the heater underneath the reference pan. It has to put out more heat. Now this is internal structure of DSC. Here you can see left side of the picture, sample pan is there, and the other side there is reference pan. This is the DSC curve. As we can see in the graph that glass transition temperature is having a unique slope. The slope kind of structure is known as a glass transition temperature. One hump is seen in the graph, that is the crystallization temperature. Moving towards melting point, the hump towards downward side is our melting temperature. The cross-linking curve is quite wider than the melting temperature, and again we can see one slope in oxidation. So these are the patterns of thermal changes occurs in our material. What can DSC measures? That is glass transition temperature, melting points, boiling points, crystallization time and temperature, percentage crystallinity, heat of fusion and reactions, specific heat capacity, oxidative or thermal stability, reaction kinetics and purity. That's all parameters which can be measured by DSC. This is the equation from which we can find the heat capacity of our material. Here you can see the hump which is due to glass transition temperature. What is the advantages of DSC? Instrument can be used at very high temperature, like you can go up to 700-800 degrees centigrade, but for that you have to have chiller or liquid nitrogen purging in the instrument. This instrument is highly sensitive, this instrument DSC as well as TGA, they both are very sophisticated instrument, and you have some special trainings to run it. Mute yourself, please. Students, mute yourself.
मैडम ऑप्शन ही चला गया, म्यूट कर लो.
Characteristic transitions or reaction temperatures can be determined. High resolution obtained. This is highly sensitive material. If 1% amount of 100 from your 100% material, 1% of material is HDP and 99% of material is LDP, then also you can get distinguished peak of LDP. That's why it is known as a highly sensitive material, highly sensitive equipment. Stability of material can be find by this material. So that's all about DSC and TGA. These are basically thermoanalyzers, and from which we can find out oxidative temperature and the thermal, basically thermal stability of our material, and we can identify our material from DSC, and even we can quantify the material from DSC. So DSC is quantitative as well as qualitative analysis, while TGA is only quantitative analysis, as we can only find quantitative from that material, not quality. Why it is known as a qualitative analysis? Why DSC is known as qualitative analysis? It is known as qualitative analysis because we can identify our material from the specific melting points and glass transition temperature, etc. So that's it about the lecture. If you are having any question, you